Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief, guys. Welcome to my Wednesday message week 34, I believe. All right, and it's a bit different. I'm here, and you can see things behind me. I don't know what Irish is going to put behind me. All right, I trust her completely. So whatever it is, enjoy, but focus on me. Listen to my voice. All right, guys. Firstly, VCon. We're getting closer. My heart is pumping faster. I spoke to Dato Sri Vijay today, our grand upline. He's excited, you know, and every time we get closer to VCon, Dato Sri Vijay becomes like a child. You know, he calls me and says, what are we doing? Who is this? Who is coming to speak? Wow, this intro, that. And watching him reminded me of why I respect this man so much. Because after 25 years of being our grand upline, being the maestro, there's nobody who can go up on stage and speak like him and create the magic that he creates. But he still, all right, has that excitement of a kid when it comes to VCon. And I asked myself why? Why would a man who has everything, who is our grand upline, who can go up on stage and say anything and you guys will be excited? And I realized the secret that he practiced. He always keeps his cup empty. And if you know the story that he shared with me, I shared with you, Master Suzuki, empty your cup. Now the simplest concept of empty your cup is the ability to constantly be on student mode, to constantly wanting to learn. But the application of empty your cup has far more deeper meaning. And today, even if you're brand new watching me for the first time, I am your chief, the one and only Pathman Senatiraja. I represent the two greatest networkers on this freaking planet, Japadas Bismarck and Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran. And I'm here just to share, guys. So just keep quiet, relax, stop doing whatever you're doing, focus on me and listen, because I think this message this Wednesday is really important. I realize that the mistake a lot of you make is you watch the empty your cup video, the first one I did, the Master Suzuki story. And then you literally empty your cup and you learn everything about Qnet, the products, the comp plan, how to build, how to max out, how to become a great leader. And then you stop. You stop emptying your cup. And this is the greatest downfall of any networker, any leader, anyone on any kind of journey towards success, is when you reach a point where you no longer have the ability to be a student, where you lose that ability to be excited about the smallest thing that you used to be excited about when you started your journey, but you lose that excitement. So if you're watching me right now and you are not as excited as you used to be when you started the journey with us, you're not as switched on, you're not as passionate, you're losing your mojo, you're feeling lethargic. There's nothing wrong with the business, the challenges, the crisis. That's part and parcel of the journey. The high possibility is you have lost the ability to empty your cup. You think emptying your cup is just to gain more knowledge. It is not. Emptying your cup is to sustain and maintain a state of humility. Emptying your cup is technically the most effective way of pushing your ego down, or what Dato Sri says, quelling your ego. Alright? Because as long as your ego is in the way, where you believe in your own hype, or you think you have made it, or you think you are successful, or you believe that you are a great leader and everyone loves you and worships the ground you walk on, your cup gets full. And when your cup gets full, alright, you technically, obviously, become arrogant. And the minute arrogance comes in, and I'm not talking the aggressive arrogance, like telling people to fly a kite or being rude. Arrogance in an active way is easy to handle. The worst is passive arrogance. All right? Passive arrogance is when somebody believes they figured things out. Now, I've been in this business for 25 years as your upline. I've built this business everywhere around the world. People call me the expert, blah, blah, blah. I am telling you, after 25 years, I have not figured out network marketing. All right? This industry changes, evolves every single day. And as long as you are dealing with people, you can never figure it out. Because the downline I had yesterday and the downline I have today can be two complete different individuals. And how I handle that downline will not be effective in handling this downline. I hope you realize that. All right? You can have two downlines who need completely different management with regards to their feelings, how to push them. One you can push hard like Coach B. One you need to hug and cuddle and convince them to be successful. All right? One will retaliate. One will listen but secretly retaliate in their heart. All right? One will listen and not listen. One will not listen but is actually listening. All right? So I realized in the last 25 years, if you ask me what would be my secret of being who I am today, is the fact, learning from Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, my own uplines, the great ones, I've always remained a student. That's my simple philosophy of life, that I will always remain a student. It cannot go, one day cannot go by me learning something about myself, about others, about this industry, about what is right, what is wrong. I just force myself that what did you learn today, Pathman? And if for some reason I come to the end of the day and I cannot identify something new that I have learned, I pick up the phone and I will find Dato Sri Vijay anywhere in the world to have a 15-minute conversation with him, a 5-minute exchange on WhatsApp, and I promise you I learned something. So if you truly want to understand how you're going to build a successful network, how you're going to be a max out king or queen, one of the most fundamental aspects of it is to consistently empty your cup. Don't believe in your own hype. All right? Because I have seen great leaders become irrelevant overnight. I have seen kings and queens of their network and in a matter of weeks lose their whole network. All right? Because they didn't know how to manage their downlines. They became too arrogant. They became too self-important. All right? That's why in the early days when Dato Sri told me, Pathman, we have to practice this mantra of servant leadership. All right? I was confused, guys. 22 years old. I'm sitting there listening to this man telling me, you have to be a servant leader. These two words in my vocabulary is a contradiction. A total contradiction. Think about it. Servant, leadership. I came from a school of thought that a leader is the king of his kingdom. People follow. You understand? Like you. Right now you're thinking that. And he instilled in me this value system of servant leadership. That no matter who you become, no matter how much money you make, no matter how successful you have become in this business, remember that your purpose of existence is to serve others. That your success must never be the benchmark. If your success is the only benchmark on your journey, right, then you will never be a real networker. Because any moron can accidentally earn a few $1,000s in Qnet. All right, some people luck out, left, right, you know, they got Sati, Arun, David, Adli, and then you max out. Doesn't mean you're a great networker, doesn't mean you're a great leader. All right, always remember that the true measurement of your success is how many people you help to become successful. It's not what kind of leader you are, but it's how many leaders you raised. All right, how you consistently serve your downlines in every sense of the word. You look at Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, right? They are multi-millionaires. They are kings in this industry. They could buy 2 islands and call it Japa and Vijay and connect a bridge and live somewhere in some beautiful island somewhere. But look at them, they still come to VCon every year. Alright, they go up on stage, they give their best, they address the in-service. They are more in-service than most people I know. That's their secret of success. So if you really want to understand what it takes to become a great upline, to become a great networker, to become truly successful, practice the concept of consistently emptying your cup. Alright, just when you think you are somebody, go back to becoming nobody. Just when you think you made it, go back to startup mentality. Just when you think you don't need to do presentation anymore, do presentation. Just when you think you don't need to be in service at VCon, apply for in service for VCon. Just when you think that you are great on stage, go back, re-engineer yourself and become better every single day, because there is no finish line. Dato Sri Vijay says, life has no finish line. If you are truly in student mode, even on your last breath, you should have the ability to learn something. That's what I'm aspiring to be one day, hopefully, inshallah. Alright? And I want you to know, the purpose of the Empty the Cup video that all of you watch was not meant to end at that video. Emptying your cup is a lifelong journey. Alright, you just have to keep emptying your cup. Keep emptying your cup. Whisper to yourself. Alright, I always do this when I go on stage. The story that Dato Sri Vijay told me. Because I go on stage everywhere around the world. People clap and cheer and say, I love you, Chief. I love you, Chief. That can fill up your cup very fast. And he told me the story of the Roman Emperor. He was the most famous Roman emperor. I forget his name. Alright, he's the most famous Roman emperor. He used to walk on the streets and people used to throw flowers and bouquets at him and say, wow, we love you, you are the greatest. And there was a man next to him. And while he's walking on the street, the man kept whispering in his ear. And one day he went to the council of all the other emperors and they said, who is that man? Is he your advisor? Is he your minister? Why is he always whispering in the ear? And the Roman emperor replied, and this is the most important story I remember until today. The Roman emperor replied, he's a nobody. He's my servant. He's a guy who cleans my house. Why did you make him so important? He is not. His only duty is to whisper in my ear always, you are just a man. You are just a man. You are just a man. Alright, and whenever I go up on stage, even at VCon, when everyone is cheering, I whisper to myself, Pathman Senate Raja, you are just a man. So emptying your cup is something you do throughout the day. When you're about to have an argument with your husband or wife, empty your cup. Understand them first before you lose your cool, before you lose your temper, before you raise your voice at your child, empty your cup and remember you were once just like him or her. Alright, before you instruct your downlines like a boss, remember that they are not your employees, they are your partners, they are your brothers, your sisters. Always speak with respect, always speak with humility, and that is what leadership is about in network marketing. That is what leadership is about in the V and Qnet. That is the leadership of Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. So guys, empty your cup is just not to gain knowledge about the Complan, the product, Qnet, how to build your business. Empty your cup must be your life mantra. It must be your way of life. That never stop being a student. And I remember one zone, Dato Sri Vijay started zone with the top leaders of our organization. And he said, today, alright, my module for you is how to be zero. Because we always say zero to hero. He said that journey is very easy. But the true leader will also understand that to truly be a hero, you must always learn how to be zero. So empty your cup, guys. I love you guys and I'll see you at VCon.